Before the sun rose, a boy knelt on cold ground. No armor, no sword, only his breath. The air was sharp. It burned his lungs. The mountains stood still. They did not speak. This was the way of the samurai, to train when no one is watching, to suffer without being seen, to grow in silence. If this message gives you strength, support the channel by liking, subscribing, and sharing it with someone who needs discipline today. The boy was not special. That truth mattered. He was not chosen. He was built. Every morning before light touched the land, he bowed, not because he was weak, but because he respected the path. The elders did not encourage him. They did not comfort him. They believed silence teaches more than words. Silence forces you to hear yourself, and most people run from that voice. The boy stayed. He learned something early. Motivation is unstable. Some days you feel strong. Some days you feel empty. The sword does not care how you feel. Life does not wait for confidence. So he trained anyway. See? When his hands bled, he kept his grip. When his legs shook, he lowered his stance. When his mind said stop, he breathed deeper. Pain was not the enemy. Pain was a signal. It showed him where he needed work. While others slept, he repeated one strike. Again, and again, and again. Not to impress anyone, but to become accurate. The samurai does not chase noise. He chases control. Chapter 2, Discipline over Desire. Days passed, then months, then years. Change was slow, but it was real. Strength replaced weakness. Focus replaced confusion. He learned this truth. Progress is quiet. It does not announce itself. It does not need attention. The strongest growth happens in silence. Some days felt boring. Same training, same corrections, same mistakes. That was the real test. Anyone can start strong. Few can continue when excitement fades. The samurai does not seek motivation. He builds routine. He showed up even when he felt nothing. Especially when he felt nothing. Because the mind will lie to protect comfort. It will say tomorrow is better. Tomorrow is a trap. So he trained today, again. One evening his teacher spoke. Only once. The blade becomes sharp because it accepts pressure. Nothing more. Those words stayed with him. During pain, during doubt, during loneliness. Grinding is not attractive. Grinding is not praised. But grinding builds power. Discipline is not punishment. It is loyalty. Loyalty to the man you want to become. Others looked for shortcuts. He perfected basics. Others talked about dreams. He repeated fundamentals. Slowly his movements became smooth. Not easy, earned. Confidence grew. Quiet confidence, the kind that does not speak. Chapter 3, Fear and Control. The first real battle was inside him. Fear arrived. Not fear of pain, fear of failure. What if he was not enough? The samurai does not remove fear. He controls it. Fear is energy. Undisciplined, it destroys you. Controlled, it sharpens you. On the morning of the duel, the air was still. His opponent was bigger, stronger, well-known. People whispered. He did not listen. He bowed, not to his enemy, but to the path. When the signal came, his mind went silent. No past, no future, only now. This is discipline, presence under pressure. The fight ended quickly, not because it was easy, but because clarity is faster than chaos. When it was over, he did not celebrate. He felt gratitude for pain, for repetition, for discipline. Victory did not change him. It revealed him. Chapter 4. The Quiet Peak. Success is silent. Some admired him. Some hated him. Some asked for shortcuts. He gave none. The path cannot be borrowed. He kept training, not because he had to, but because stopping would break his identity. Discipline is not something you do. It is who you are. There is no finish line, only responsibility. The higher you rise, the heavier your example becomes. He stayed humble. He stayed sharp. Power with control, strength with silence. That balance is rare. Chapter 5, Your Path. Now listen carefully. You do not need talent. You need consistency. You do not need perfect conditions. You need commitment. You do not need motivation every day. You need discipline on empty days. This is not a story. It is a message. Every time you choose effort, you walk the path. Every time you continue alone, you sharpen your blade. Every time you stand back up, you grow stronger. The world does not reward intention, it rewards proof. So become undeniable, quietly, patiently, relentlessly. Stand like the samurai before dawn, unseen, uncelebrated, unbreakable, and keep moving forward. Chapter 6. The Weight of Choice. The path of a samurai is never easy. Every step is a choice. Every choice carries consequence. Every consequence tests your courage. He learned early that comfort is the enemy of greatness. Soft beds and warm fires will never forge steel. Only struggle does that. Only discipline does that. He chose the harder path, the path that required patience, the path that demanded repetition, the path that asked, "Are you willing to suffer to become more?" Most people run from this question. They whisper excuses to themselves. They trade time for illusions of safety. They hide from challenge. But a samurai faces it, alone, every day, until the answer becomes action. It is not a matter of desire. It is a matter of habit. The moment you choose discipline over comfort, the moment you refuse to quit, you rise above fear. And fear is everywhere. Fear whispers, fear shouts, fear waits in silence, but fear is powerless against action. The boy, now a man, stood in the dojo, his hands scarred, his legs steady, his mind clear. He remembered every morning he bowed, every strike repeated, every failure endured. This is what forged him, not luck, not talent, not praise. Chapter 7. The Enemy Within. The greatest battle is always inside. Anger, doubt, impatience, all are silent enemies. The world trains you to run from them, to suppress them, to ignore them. But the samurai learns to face them, to see them, to control them. Anger can be sharpened into focus. Doubt can be used to plan. Impatience can push you further. The man learned that true mastery is not outside. It is inside. A mind under control becomes unstoppable. When a sword leaves the scabbard, it is only as strong as the hand that wields it. And the hand is guided by the mind. The mind is guided by choice. Choose discipline. Choose patience. Choose clarity. Every time you do, you build power invisible to the world. Chapter 8. The Silence Before Action. Before every strike there is stillness. Before every decision there is thought. Before every victory there is preparation. The samurai understood this. Silence is not empty. It is alive with potential. It is where plans are sharpened, where fear is studied, where focus becomes weaponized. He waited, not because he feared action, but because he respected timing. Rushing destroys precision. Haste breeds mistakes. Patience creates inevitability. The enemy rushed. The man waited. And in that stillness he became the storm. Chapter 9. The Power of Repetition. Repetition is simple. Repetition is cruel. Repetition is the invisible hand that shapes legends. Strike after strike. Bow after bow. Step after step. It teaches humility. It teaches endurance. It teaches mastery. The world wants results without repetition. It promises success without effort. It worships shortcuts. The samurai rejects this. He learned that greatness is quiet. It grows in silence. It is forged by repetition. Every day you repeat your craft. You sharpen the invisible blade inside you. Every day you resist shortcuts, you build resilience. Every day you fight for the small wins. You prepare for the battle that defines your life. Chapter 10. The Legacy of Presence. A true warrior's presence is felt before he moves. It is calm. It is steady. It is unshakable. The man realized that mastery is not in the sword alone. It is in how you carry yourself, in how you respond to chaos, in how you live when no one is watching. Power without control is destruction. Discipline without humility is arrogance. Presence combines both. It is respect earned silently. It is influence without speaking. It is the proof of the grind. He looked back at the boy he once was, the one who knelt before dawn, the one who knew nothing, and he smiled, because every drop of sweat, every scar, every lonely morning had led him here, to presence, to mastery, to freedom. Chapter 11. The Final Trial. Every warrior reaches a moment that tests everything, not just skill, not just strength, but heart. The man faced his ultimate trial. The enemy was relentless. The world was watching, and inside him every doubt whispered, "You are not enough." But he remembered the mornings, the endless repetition, the pain endured in silence. He remembered that discipline is not a feeling. It is action, even when fear screams, even when hope fades. The first strike came fast. He moved, not with anger, not with thought, with instinct honed by years of repetition. Every movement was precise, every breath controlled, every step purposeful. He fought not for glory, not for applause, but for the man he became along the way. Victory was not given, it was earned. Every drop of sweat, every scar, every lonely morning before dawn. The world could see only the final moment, but he felt the journey in every fiber of his being. Chapter 12, Beyond Fear. The greatest lesson the warrior learned. Fear is not an enemy. Fear is a compass. It points to the areas where growth is waiting, where courage is needed most. The man no longer ran from fear. He welcomed it, studied it, used it. Every heartbeat, every challenge, every impossible moment became fuel. Fuel for focus, fuel for discipline, fuel for mastery. The battlefield of life is relentless. It does not wait, it does not forgive, but fear becomes powerless when met with unwavering action. He learned that courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is showing up anyway. Chapter 13, The Warrior Within. You carry this warrior inside you. It waits silently. It watches. It waits for your commitment. Every morning you choose to rise. Every day you resist comfort. Every moment you push through weakness. You sharpen your blade. You train your mind. You forge your spirit. The world may ignore you. It may doubt you. It may laugh at your efforts. That does not matter, because mastery is never for the applause. It is for the self who shows up in silence. The warrior within does not negotiate with excuses. It does not bend to fear. It does not settle for less. Chapter 14, The True Measure. What is the measure of a warrior? Not victories alone, not power alone, not fame or praise. The measure is presence, consistency, discipline in the absence of recognition. It is waking up before the world. It is showing up when no one sees. It is refining yourself when the path is lonely. Every choice, every action, every sacrifice builds this. Every step forward, no matter how small, carves the warrior inside. The man realized that the journey never truly ends. There is always another day, another challenge, another test of will. But he no longer feared the journey, because he knew his preparation was enough. His discipline was enough. His presence was enough. Chapter 15, Your Dawn. Now hear this truth. You do not need to wait for a hero. You do not need to wait for motivation. You do not need to wait for luck. Everything you need is already inside you. The warrior waits for no one. He rises before the world. He trains in silence. He pushes through fear. He repeats the basics until they become instinct. He transforms pain into fuel. He becomes discipline. He becomes presence. This is your dawn, your moment to rise. The world will test you. It will challenge you. It will try to convince you to quit. But now you know. You carry the blade within. You have the heart of the samurai. You have the mind that does not break. You have the discipline that endures. Stand up, step forward, sharpen your blade in silence, walk your path relentlessly, and become the warrior the world does not yet understand. Chapter 16, The Path of Legacy. The man looked at the horizon, not with pride, not with arrogance, but with understanding. Every strike he ever repeated, every drop of sweat, every lonely morning had built more than skill. It had built legacy. A legacy is not what others say about you. It is not trophies or praise. It is the strength you leave behind, the discipline you pass on silently, the example you set without words. The true warrior leaves a mark in the air, in the moments unseen, in the choices others think are small. Because greatness is not loud, it is quiet. It is patient. It is relentless. Chapter 17, Discipline Without Limits. The samurai understood one final truth. Discipline is limitless. It does not end with victory. It does not rest after success. It is endless, like the mountains, like the wind, like the river carving valleys. Every day you rise, you strengthen it. Every day you endure, you sharpen it. Every day you resist comfort, you expand it. It is yours to control, yours to wield. yours to live. The boy who once knelt in cold air now stands unbroken, not because life became easier, but because he became stronger, stronger than doubt, stronger than fear, stronger than excuses. Chapter 18, Presence in Motion. Presence is more than stillness. It is action. It is moving with purpose. It is speaking with weight. It is living with intention. The samurai knew this. He moved without haste. He struck without doubt. He lived without regret. This is what separates the ordinary from the extraordinary. Ordinary follows the crowd. Extraordinary walks alone. Extraordinary creates. Extraordinary perseveres. Every movement, every choice, every decision builds presence. Presence becomes influence. Influence becomes power. And power is not given. It is earned in silence. Chapter 19. The sword within you. The sword is not only steel. It is discipline. It is courage. It is patience. It is presence. Every time you sharpen the blade outside, you sharpen it inside. Every time you master fear, you master yourself. Every time you rise before the world, you rise above weakness. The warrior you admire is already inside you, waiting, silent, patient. Every day is your chance to release it. Every challenge is your chance to prove it. Every morning is your chance to choose it. Chapter 20. Rise like the dawn. Now stand, not because life demands it, but because you demand it of yourself. Rise before comfort. Rise before fear. Rise before doubt. Walk the path of discipline. Repeat your craft. Sharpen your mind. Strengthen your heart. The world will try to break you. It will challenge you at every step. And you will rise anyway, because the warrior within does not bend. The warrior within does not quit. The warrior within does not settle. You are that warrior. You always have been. Step into your mornings. Step into your challenges. Step into your life. Sharpen the blade inside you. Stand unshakable. Move unstoppable. And leave a legacy no one can take. Chapter 21. The Ultimate Test. Every warrior reaches a moment where everything is tested. The body, the mind, the heart. This is the moment that separates the dreamers from the doers, the weak from the strong, the ordinary from the extraordinary. The samurai had trained for years. He had endured pain. He had repeated strikes until his hands bled. He had risen before dawn. He had faced fear alone. Now nothing could intimidate him. Nothing could sway him. Nothing could break him. He understood the truth. The ultimate enemy is never outside. It is within. It is doubt. It is fear. It is the voice that says, I cannot. The warrior does not listen. He acts anyway. He steps forward, calm, focused, relentless. Chapter 22. The moment of mastery. In that moment, clarity arrives. Not loud. Not dramatic, but undeniable. Every strike flows naturally. Every movement is precise. Every decision feels inevitable. This is mastery, not because he defeated an opponent, not because the world praised him, not because victory was announced, but because he had conquered himself. Mastery begins in silence. It grows in repetition. It is strengthened by discipline. It is proven by action. And now, he stands unshakable. Chapter 23. The Way of the Samurai. The way of the samurai is not just a path. It is a life of discipline, a life of focus, a life of courage. Every morning is a choice. Every challenge is a test. Every moment is an opportunity. The warrior shows up, even when no one sees, even when it is hard, even when fear whispers to stop, because showing up is everything. Persistence is power. Consistency is freedom. The blade inside you grows sharper every day. The heart inside you grows stronger every day. The mind inside you grows clearer every day. And all of it is earned, not given, not borrowed, earned. Chapter 24. Your call to action. Now this is your moment. If this story inspired you, take action. Support this journey by subscribing to the channel. Like this video. Share it with someone who needs strength today. Help this message reach those who are ready to rise. Because greatness spreads when it is shared. Discipline multiplies when it inspires others. Take the first step today. Sharpen your blade. Train your mind. Strengthen your heart. Chapter 25. Your final motivation. Remember this. You are the warrior the world does not yet understand. You have the courage. You have the discipline. You have the heart. Every sunrise is your chance to rise. Every challenge is your chance to grow. Every failure is your chance to prove yourself. Do not wait for permission. Do not wait for comfort. Do not wait for someone to guide you. The path is yours. The blade is yours. The life is yours. Stand unshakable. Move unstoppable. Live relentlessly. And become the legend you were born to be.